Alright, here is a featured match from Division 8-7. It is their first match of the season for both of them. There's been a match in the division, but we're still early on. We have 6th-dragon, who is new to the league. It's their actually first league match ever, whereas TrinaCat has been in the Dominion League. This is her 41st season. And we'll go through commentating this. Trying to orient myself. That was a really quick silver. I'm seeing on this board that I mean there's everything you could ever want, so to speak. I mean there's villages, village green right there. There's Drawnway, the Otter. There's a nice gainer in Carpenter that maybe you'll want to open with. The thing that's maybe a little bit going to be tough is the payload ramp. Like you have plus buy in Tiara, but there's not like a whole lot you can do. Like Jester's probably your best one. There's also some of these other nasty attacks. My start probably would have been Carpenter Kintsugi, like with Kintsugi being the main form of trashing. I want to do a little bit of that early, just to keep the deck pace. So we see silver Tiara. Imagining that's probably going after a top decked attack, and we see Humble Castle Candlestick Maker. Candlestick Maker might be targeting getting a number of more inexpensive actions under the impression that they're going to be ottered later. Like this is draw. Does look like we're seeing maybe a little more of a castle rush, which means maybe the Candlestick Maker is more aiming at building up coffers to grab these things. Over on this side, we're kind of starting to see maybe more of this Way of the Otter deck come together. There's going to be a lot of village gaining early on in that. I'm not sure that I would have done it quite this way, but like we have the Carpenter in deck. We have, maybe a Tiara that might help a little bit with consistency, but I don't think a whole lot of it. But like as you start to accumulate a bunch of village greens, you can play village greens. You can otter the next one. And maybe be pretty well off if you can get enough of them. That's the Courier deck. The early castles is kind of stalled out. I don't think we've hit 5 since then. And it's not, I guess, the most clear that it's gonna happen anytime soon. Like we're not really doing things that maybe advance towards getting up to that small castle. I have 8, 2 buys. See, we had the village green from last turn, and then we're doing the Otter there, so that's kind of building this village draw business. None of them have been trashing out with Kintsugi, which seems not the most amazing, especially for this deck that's kind of trying to draw a little bit, just because whereas Otter will make you consistent. It is rather weak draw. Like you're still talking only 2 coins here. So I don't know. Oof. So much for the castle rush. That is disappearing right away. First Barbarian play takes out our castles. I mean, surely you're taking a copper from it, yeah. Okay, more Barbarian. So at this point, it looks like we're more just going to try to pound attacks into this deck, which I don't know. I think you're generally better off just going after more village greens. Like I'd really like to become a little bit more consistent before I'm trying to just pound these attacks in. Especially this is feeling like, we're at 3 Barbarians. I mean, maybe you're not over terminaled if Barbarian is all you want to do, but at the same time, like, you're not drawing at that point, which means maybe you're not actually playing those barbarians. You'd rather be playing like, one barbarian and doing one barbarian every turn than just putting a bunch of these in. This will be interesting to see. This is, I believe, TrinaCat's first time hitting 5 this game. I feel like at this point, it's probably going to be the instinct is going to be like, I'm gonna go attack you too, to take a barbarian, but I think it is the first option at Small Castle, that we've had, so we'll see if that ends up continuing. That's a gold. It might be okay for this deck. The deck is a little bit, I don't know, not amazingly, like, put together, so right now, like putting the gold in could be potentially helpful just because, it's going to make you hit price points more often. I'm a little bit concerned that it's just going to kind of, if you're not attacking back, you're just going to get kind of overwhelmed by the cursing, as it goes. Now we see the barbarian come in, so it seems like maybe we're talking. Yeah, no, that was a 6 hit. I was trying to see if it was a price point, but it was hitting 6 again, so yeah. Okay, now the small castle comes in. Yeah. The barbarians are really beating stuff up. Takes haunted. It's kind of brutal in the Patrician hand just because, like, you lose some potential to be drawing a little bit, but it still doesn't happen. I mean, the deck's just not that high value. The other thing that I missed was actually that gaining the gold makes Kintsugi a remodel. So you can see that estate to Courier becomes a bit more appealing potentially. I still feel like the deck over on this side is just doing a little bit more, just because it's running this village draw. Oh, let's undo that. No, I'm gonna say go up and hit 6. No, I think at this point, 6th-dragon's probably in a pretty good spot this game. Just, running the village draw deck a little bit better. And on top of that, like, there's been a lot of maybe unnecessary barbarian impact. Like, it's kind of hit the things that were supposed to be making up this strategy of, I think, more heavy castling. I really think you should probably just focus on Barbarian against this deck. I'm not sure that the Jester's gonna give you a whole lot. Yeah, look at that. 3 curses go again. It's just gonna be brutal. I don't know, like, if you take Grand Castle, if you take King's Castle on this side, whether we're looking at something that's more, I guess, 3-pile-y, or whether it's going to be something that is going to then go after provinces, or if the 3-pile ends up just kind of happening with the curses. I mean, this has got to be Grand Castle. Like, yeah, there is no concern about. Ooh, drew 2 village dreams dead there. Oof. There is no concern about hitting 10 on that side. And even if it happens, like, your point lead's big enough that you just don't care at this point. I also wonder if there's going to be like some other piling that happens before the castles are able to go. Like, I don't know that 6th-dragon has a great chance at hitting 10 under current conditions. Like, it may end up being something that has to be more like Carpenter or Emporium. I'll even say that TrinaCat has a really good shot at King's Castle this turn, although again, it's just not making up that many points right now. You know, 2 of the castles were hit with Barbarian, and so, like, it's down to what, being 4 points. I mean, clearly you don't want 6th-dragon to be getting it, but I don't know. It's almost just lowering piles. You can hit the crumbling castle, maybe into duchy if you're really point desperate. I guess it could be a duchy province. I'm sure you'd go up and grab that province, yeah. Seeing a courier into this big a deck is always a nice thing, although again, feels like we're just kind of moving towards a more ugly end. So you play Tiara and then you play the silvers on it, just a side. You want to play your biggest value treasure twice. That's what the intent of the card is. Not at the end is just a top decker. You should get a bit more value out of it. I think you almost just have to be playing Barbarians into this and basically be hoping to hit the green cards. Like that's probably your biggest point play right now. It's just going to be trying to be a bit lucky with those, and not having your provinces be trashed because that's awful. 1 coin. I really don't know how good a chance there is of hitting 10. I guess you can just... Oh, there we go. Alright, there's our 10. I got to Tiara the gold. Alright, so one win to 6th-dragon on their start. I think their deck was just, better put together. We said you wanted as many of the village greens as you could get, and that's how it went. This order is wrong. It will get fixed. It has been observed. There we go. We're getting there. See some of the first matches ever. Confusion. All good. Alright. What do we have here? Your village draw engine is going to be Border Village, Counselor, Border Village, Swashbuckler. You are going to have to include some Counselor because that's our only plus buy here. Look, I'm doing the kingdom thing that I always forget to do on my own videos. Counselor is your only plus buy here. Hitting 6 is really important. I think there's cheap on count, which means that's probably going to be something that you target opening. I don't think I'd play the lucky coin here. I think I'd just open Fisherman count in order to be maximizing trashing out of those. The other thing of note, there's actually Taskmaster for Village 2, though I don't know how much of that you're actually going to need. Like, you might get them on a spare 3-buy, but it's not the clearest thing ever that you're going to be getting a 5 cost every single turn, which is not great. We're talking payload ramp. There's Lucky Coin to help you out. Trade is a possibility. Like maybe rather than try to play this village draw, instead you're just going to play Council Room, trade money, which might actually be somewhat competitive given that the engine kind of has to be working with Council Room a lot of the time. There is another trashing option in Change. I'm not sure that it's the most amazing thing ever. Like I think you'd rather do this with Count right off the bat. Ironworks is going to gain. I don't think there's a whole lot of great Ironworks targets. Like maybe you get the Fisherman early in the shuffle, but like otherwise you're gaining Count, you're getting Taskmaster with it. There's just not a whole lot of things you want a ton of. It would seem. So it'll be interesting to see what that does later into the game. Did we skip Count play? No, this is the turn 4. This is the first Count play. It almost surely should be gain copper, trash hand. I can imagine that there's like maybe that's silver lucky coin there. In which case I'd probably be okay trashing the lucky coin, and maybe not. There's going to be so much draw that you kind of want to be keeping gaining that silver. So maybe there, instead of trashing, you like top deck something and go hit Border Village plus a draw card. Put that into the deck just because trashing 2 cards is kind of low value. Let's see, that time the Ironworks got to get its Fisherman. I guess once you do start drawing, the Ironworks can get Fisherman pretty consistently. Just don't know what happens before then. I'm imagining this will be one of the... Okay, it's Swashbuckler. Which is actually going to work out, like, off the Sky's Gift early. TrinaCat's hitting 6 here, so maybe we'll put Border Village plus something in, whether it's Fisherman, Council Room. You can probably afford to be, putting a few extra terminals in the deck right now. And then maybe if Taskmaster gets added later, you'll be happy. That Samurai, I think Samurai is just totally out of line on this board. Yeah, we've got a Border Village Council Room. Like it's just not going to give you more than drawing cards is going to give you. It gives you a discard attack, who cares, and then 1 coin later on is not going to make a difference compared to being able to draw something, namely, with these silvers that you keep gaining. Hopefully this is a Taskmaster. Yeah, that's looking pretty good. It's kind of interesting to see the, I guess, more draw engine taking shape on this side this game, whereas it took shape on the other side the previous game. That's an annoying one to get after the River's Gift. It's kind of cruel. It looks like we were just doing the Samurai first. I would have liked to have seen the Swashbuckler get played there before the shuffle, just to get the coffer out of it. Limited number of cards in hand. Let's play them all. We want Border Villages. I guess the one thing that's happening... Oof, Samurai. I guess the one thing that's happening is that side's a lot thinner right now. Did it lose its lucky coin? No. Okay. Which, I don't think excuses Samurai, but it does make things a lot nicer over there. That is not a trash that you needed to happen. You are drawing quite fully. You can be keeping those coppers, and you want to be playing lucky coin. Just like go up, get more draw, have more effective turns. Have faith that your deck is going to keep working. Now what are we going to feed the change? Like duchies from Count? Silvers that you'd rather have? Not sure. I mean, even getting a Taskmaster out, it's like, I think that would encourage you to add the Border Village, because you get a 5 with it, right? Alright, we're changing the count. It's more and more samurai, whereas what you really want is more and more draw, right? I mean, maybe that side doesn't really need the draw quite yet, but I don't think the samurai's doing you a whole lot compared to, say, gold. Maybe you make them discard, but who cares? Like, do more yourself, rather than put in this one-shot attack that is never gonna do anything ever again other than produce 1 coin, which again, gold's producing 3 coins for you. Now we're going straight to province, whereas like, you're already hitting 9 if you're going to be playing your lucky coin here. I don't think it's trashed yet. Yeah, if you would be playing your lucky coin, maybe next turn you're hitting 11, 2 buys. Again, just doing a little bit more. So nice. Hopefully we're hitting 6, so we may as well play the samurai. Right. Or are we gonna spike this up because we're gonna be a little bit scared of the provinces? Like, I think this is saying +3 coins here by province. Yeah. Yeah, it's a little bit scary, but I think you just have to be patient, right? Like, are they going to be doing more than a province? Maybe they do 2 provinces with the change. Maybe it's a little bit scary, but it's not like your deck is able to really compete with that, right? So you want to improve it a little bit more, just to make it so that you can compete with the provincing, rather than respond to this where it's just not going to happen. Like, you're not provincing this turn, so what's the intent of the province? And it's not like the other side's doing great either. It's light on draw. I think it only has, 1 Swashbuckler? So it's 1 Swashbuckler, 1 Border Village, so it's very dependent on connecting those 2 to get a full turn in. Let's do a Border Village so we get a 5 cost. I don't know how sustainable it is. I mean, this turn you could be getting Duchy with the Count, keeping that Taskmaster out still. Right? I mean, you can even gain Duchy right now, like gain Copper, gain Duchy by province, take your point lead into the next turn. Yeah. This is actually looking pretty good for TrinaCat right here. I guess 6th-dragon has the change, so maybe I can turn it around, but like that, okay, well, this is just going to be over. I feel like TrinaCat could have maybe gotten a little bit thinner, but ultimately the deck, I'm not going to say worked, but was put together well enough to make it so that this kind of turn could take place. There's 3 draw cards in here. There's a Council Room, Swashbuckler, whereas on the other side there's just no potential to have a turn like this. Because, there's only one draw, there's only one village, and that's just not going to be enough, right? Even if it's a thinner deck, it's just not doing as much. Or doesn't even have potential to do as much. Alright, 1-1. Back to a 6th-dragon start. Getting the hang of the player order. Alright. I guess here your village draw is Plaza Tragic Hero. It's a little bit... I guess the Tragic Hero is probably short term. You have Pathfinding for long term draw. The Tragic Heroes eventually, you're going to play with them throughout the game, but they will eventually pop. I think you're probably targeting getting quite a lot of Plaza. I'm saying all this, and then I'm suddenly observing that there's Dungeon Weaver on this board, and so maybe you're doing none of that, and you're just doing a Weaver rush. I'm not. You're gonna want to play with a lot of Weaver. Is actually more of this than I was saying before. So although there's this nice engine looking thing, the deck core I think would rather be Weaver Dungeon and just try to go through the deck, play a ton of Weavers. If you need to, they can gain Fisherman. You need a little bit more economy, maybe some Plazas. You can discard Coppers, build something up for Pathfinding. If you want to be doing a little bit more, pile estates some turn. Now what's actually happening? We have 2 Leprechauns out, probably a little bit early for them. Fisherman Weaver and Fisherman Farmer's Market. So the Farmer's Market would be something you'd be hoping to maybe see turn 3, so you could go Fisherman plus something early on. Whereas the Leprechauns, they're going to be taking golds with hexes. That's going to be an economy build. I feel like there's not really a clear, trash your own Weaver for a gold. Maybe that's an upgrade, but I don't think so. Who was the second Plaza? Okay, so 6th-dragon is kind of accumulating Plazas, so I think there's maybe a target of Pathfinding on those over on this side. We'll find out right now. Nope, it's Dungeon Tragic Hero. The Leprechauns did make it so they were spiking Pathfinding pretty early. I just think that you're better off, building up to that 8 in some other way. Things that are core to your deck, the Plazas, the Tragic Heroes. If you're not doing this Dungeon Weaver business so much. We're seeing +4 Farmer's Market be way better than the points. Wonder about that copper discard, because the Druid is Earth's Gift, so plausibly you would want to discard a copper, gain something, and then mine the other copper. But it could have been field. Just get an extra coin. If the moon's going to do nothing. There was also you discarded the copper. I was going to say there was an opportunity for a Fisherman, but with the copper discard, that just wasn't true. Misery, huh? Okay, Farmer's Market disappears. I want to see somebody really start hitting either Plaza or Fisherman a lot harder, just with the intent of putting Pathfinding on them. I feel like there's too large a variety of cards that are there's too large a variety of cards on the TrinaCat side. Also a couple too many terminals, Farmer's Market without the Plaza to support it. Okay, over here we have Pathfinding on Plaza. So my guess is that at this point, 6th-dragon's going to start picking up a lot of the plazas and kind of just run away with this. Just, being able to run a deck that's doing a little bit more. Although these Leprechaun, self-attacks just keep being painful. You can buy a Plaza there. You don't need to be buying something that costs 6, right? The Plaza's drawing 2 cards for you. Plausibly, 2 cards is going to be better than having 3 coins in your deck. And at this point, TrinaCat's getting a lot of these Plazas, so if she gets to put Pathfinding on it at some point, she'll be a whole lot better off than over here with the golds. This reaches 8, right? You go field and then play both of these? Yeah. Let's see a Pathfinding on Plaza. Yeah, alright. Should just buy 2 Plazas. Yeah. Overly tempted by the provinces. I'm guessing this is going to end up being a province too in response. Yep. I think now that we've seen one province, we're just gonna start doing them. And we'll see who comes out. I think this is going to be pretty random who gets the better end of this. I think both decks are probably about equivalent in nature. They have some mess of plazas. They have a couple of tragic heroes in them each. I guess maybe this side has 3 to 1. And right now those farmers market points are actually looming pretty large along with the misery. They have the same number of provinces. They're each carrying 2 provinces right now. It's just that TrinaCat's up 10 from the farmers markets plus the misery on this side from the Leprechaun. Whoa. Okay, well, I don't know that TrinaCat can do that. We'll see. I think there's maybe only 1 tragic hero on this side, which again is going to be a little bit limiting. You can pop that hero. I just don't know that the coins are going to be there for your own double province. Certainly not. It'll be an interesting decision to make over here. Whether to be taking this province. I imagine you want to take maybe something like Duchy Tragic Hero, just give yourself some potential to beat a province turn over there. I think a province is fairly likely on 6th-dragon's side just because of the 3 coffers, and I'd rather be moving towards something that is more likely to get me to 2 provinces. Well, this is looking like it may be hitting 16 again. Yeah, easily. Okay. All right. Yeah, I think 6th-dragon got the Pathfinding a bit earlier, and that was a pretty big difference. I think just a little bit better put together deck. No mine, a couple more tragic hero buys. We saw 2 turns of double province, so it was a happening deck. But nonetheless, I feel like it was maybe a little bit random to put those together. Maybe not. There were enough plazas in there that I think you can expect some consistency. Okay, new board. Well, this has 2 major options, one of which I think is a whole lot better. One major option is kind of trying to play, well, no, it's not really an option. I was going to say Cursed Village stuff, but that's totally not an option. What you're going to be more trying to do here is, just draw a whole bunch of cards, play a whole bunch of paddocks, will be most of the target. You can get Quartermaster early. It'll be fine for gaining Silk Merchants, but I'm not sure it's actually going to be that amazing for you. Like, it doesn't have a whole lot of, like, diverse targets. Like, you're doing silk merchants and then you're doing estates, which is not the most fantastic thing ever. Counterfeit will be a big deal. That's your trashing down. What will be interesting, I guess one advantage of the Quartermaster is that you can, like, you don't actually have to be taking these silk merchants off. Like, you can accumulate the villager coffer and just start, like, throwing paddock upon paddock upon paddock into your deck, in hopes that, like, at some point they'll become non-terminal. And then, once you start having the horses in there, you can throw some Daimyo, and then sure, you don't actually care that they're terminal, until for a while. And Daimyo can hit the horses, give those 2 actions, do a little bit better. I really don't like the potion for Golem here. Like, you should be drawing enough with the horses that come out of paddock, with your silk merchants, that's not really necessary. I also really, really dislike the cursed villages, just because, the thing that you're trying to get out of cursed village is either a village or a draw. Like, you have plenty of village. There's the villagers here, and you're not going to be drawing because your primary draw is going to be like silk merchant, horse, whatever. And so it's a little bit, I don't know, not 100% clear right now what the cursed village is actually doing for you, other than maybe giving you a hex. It's not what you want it to be doing. I think TrinaCat's doing substantially better this game right now. I feel like the stuff over on this side's a little bit better. I'm not thrilled with, like, having 2 golems in the deck. Ooh. No, there's silk merchant set aside with Quartermaster. I was going to say the Mastermind misses, but it didn't. Let's grab one of those silk merchants and play it 3 times. And you get Worm. I was just thinking, like, I don't know if these golems actually have anything to hit. They have the cursed village. Yeah, let's worm that. Or worm this golem at least. Okay. I think it's probably time to ditch the potion. I think 2 golems is going to do a whole lot more for you. But I'm not really sure what to do with it. I mean, I think you want to be picking up paddocks. Like, that's still going to be your best economy source. 2 more golems. And 2 coppers. Yeah, see, like, this is 4 coins. Like, this is where you want your econ to be coming from, is Daimyoing paddock, or you're just playing paddocks in general. These 2 golems are not, these 4 golems are really not making it. Like, you're already drawing deck. You don't need to be adding, more of that to draw deck more. What you need is to, be putting economy in, whether it's gold or paddock. I think the gold might actually be a little bit better on this side right now. Just because, like, you're drawing totally fine. Again, that Daimyo is just not going to produce that much value without something that's economic, the paddock. So now you're going to be really, really desperate to hit, some number here. Just so that you can make a productive buy this turn, which probably, you'll be able to because of the gold that's living somewhere in this deck. If you can draw around to it, which is not the most likely. Let's play this golem. Just clear out the deck. Like, that's all bad cards, right? And I guess again. I keep forgetting about these silk merchants on the Quartermaster. Like this is fine. This is fine. And I totally think it's worth burning a villager there if you're going to be stopping to get one of those estates. Piles are looking a touch low. Yeah, province seems probably in line. We're playing Golem 3 times, huh? Hopefully we see fit to worm at least one of these, right? It's gonna be tough to draw anymore though. So there really needs to be more draw cards in here. You know, pick up Silk Merchants off the Quartermaster. Really buy Paddock. There's nothing that's low enough that it's really threatening. So I don't think you have to really worry about like piles going away. But you do need to be just pulling a little bit more draw into the deck so that you can reliably see those golds that you're buying. Even if I might rather have them be Paddocks. One other thing to consider is that we do have Tomb in this game, so if you hit a somewhat large number, you may favor getting a second Counterfeit, just to give you a little point boost. I'm not sure that that's really going to come into play because at this point I think you're kind of desperate for just whatever green cards, and like even here this can be just 2 provinces if you want. Okay, another Paddock is good with me too. You didn't end up with a lot of forces in deck, did you? Yeah, there's still 4 sitting around. Okay. Yeah, I think things are okay on that side. I'm not sure how much econ there is over here on the TrinaCat side. I mean, I know there's 2 gold sitting somewhere. I'm just not sure how much of it's actually drawable, right? Okay, I guess you can leave that. I mean, I don't love the idea of Mastermind and Golem, but it's what you have. Yeah, again, I mean, somehow there's 2 gold sitting in there. I mean, you just have not been able to draw your econ together, which I mean, it's a sign that it's not really a sign that it's necessarily unlucky. It's more a sign that you need more draw to make things work. Yeah, over there should be consistently double provincing or better now. Which is going to be something that I don't think this side, the TrinaCat side, is going to be able to compete with. I guess it's just an overwhelming number of points, and the draw should be perfectly consistent. Daimyo Golem. First village. Clear the deck. Plenty of buy. I just like you can do a double province from here. I mean, the main problem is that it loses. So how much money is this? Not seeming like enough, right? Like I'm thinking something that you might want to be targeting is instead province double duchy, and you need 18 for that. It just feels like this is coming a little bit late. Yeah, I mean, I think the big difference in this game is basically going out of the way for 4 golems that were, maybe not the most productive thing ever, especially compared to Paddock. Like, you can look at Paddock right now; it's +2 actions, +2 forces, which is, giving you the exact same amount of draw village as Golem is, with these 2 things piled. Not that I was doing that in the moment, but like even in the moment, you could be essentially getting these as not terminals due to your villager accumulation. I wonder if this is going to hit 24 for us. No, just a whole mess of horses and I guess green cards. Yeah, at this point, like, the only way to catch up would be Tomb, and that's not going to happen fast enough. So, we'll call this one for 6th-dragon. TrinaCat's still maybe like, I don't know, needs like 4 or 5 turns, and with six horses or so over there, you know, the little bit of plus 1, whatever, it's not going to happen in time, right? Let's see if it happens this turn. I'm going to assume it probably does. Yeah. This is definitely happening. This much draw. You just need the province, you know. Everything out. Alright. Yeah, 3-1 to 6-dragon. I think the golems were the difference, like just investing in that rather than investing in the paddocks, which were, you know, doing close to the same, and we're giving money at the same time. That's your difference right there. Alright, what do we have here? We have an awkward village. That's reckless upgrade. That's probably a little too awkward for my taste. We do have collection. Since the reckless upgrade village is a little too difficult for my taste. I think we're probably. I mean, I would be a little bit less inclined to collection, but there's enough cheap actions, you know, Snake Witch gear that you can get a lot of. You know, you only have to put 3 collections together, and suddenly you're scoring what, 9 points from your Snake Witches, 12 points from your Snake Witches. Like that's pretty okay. And I mean, you can do it with gear. I think the start might be gear silver or gear. You could also go like gear credit for upgrade, with the idea that, you know, although the upgrade is reckless, you can be putting your estates into something better, or potentially credit work on, no, credit's only actions. So I was going to say credit for vampire, but you totally can't do that. That would be cheating, and unfortunately the digital versions of the game do not allow you to cheat in most cases. Sometimes they do, you know, when they're bugged. But even so, yeah. So we do see like an estate to silver, which I mean you're pretty happy with. You should be setting stuff aside with the gear. Just gonna say mine, huh? I don't think so much of the mine. Like, you know, you already have the trader, you have the gears you want to be playing as terminals. Unless you're planning to put upgrades in quite frequently, I don't think that you're really able to play that mine. And I don't think it does much for you. I mean, that's the bigger problem. It's like, even if you had those actions, you'd rather just be batting out the coppers, upgrading the coppers, rather than having to put this mine on them and get like kind of lowish value. Having kind of a tough time figuring out what's going on the 6th-dragon side. I feel like we're probably pretty silver heavy. Like there's 12 silvers out, and I know that you got trader first. So I think it's probably pretty silver heavy, which means it may actually be able to just kind of province out from here, you know, one hireling. And, you know, the gears are gonna, or I guess one or two gears are gonna really make things work together. I actually wouldn't be surprised if we just see a bunch of straight provinces over on this side, from this point on. I'm trying to kind of estimate. Well, that could have been a province. Like, you just don't play the trader, you can buy province. You're under no obligation to be playing that trader, right? I mean, this tool's, I mean, if you can put it with collections, but I don't think this deck is set up to do that, so I don't think you can get a whole lot of value out of the tools right now. Maybe you go after silver and trash out an extra copper. Well, here's our mine. We're going to hit 8 this turn. Maybe. Was the mine the difference in hitting 8, or would another gear have been maybe a little bit better? Not sure. What was set aside? There's not a lot of green over here to be setting aside, so maybe it's another, like, action card. I'm not sure. Ooh, curse. That's a bit of a surprise. I mean, I know the curses definitely would not be happening on the 6th-dragon side. I mean, there's got to be so much silver over here. But okay, we're accumulating hirelings over there, so it's just going to be a matter of, like, can these hirelings get out before 6th-dragon just is provincing every turn? I still don't think that's the case. Like, I'm actually sort of surprised that 6th-dragon hasn't been provincing every turn for a couple turns now. Just kind of my impression of what their deck looks like. What an amazing locusts. Discards a silver. Yeah. I think we should be seeing some pretty consistent provincing here. Which makes things definitely look not amazing for TrinaCat. It's probably about the deck I would have envisioned. For myself, I'm still not sold on, like, collection on this kind of board, although I've definitely lost to it more than I would like. I mean, actually, that's not true. I'd totally be going after the collection stuff. Like, you can get trashed down enough with Vampire with Upgrade. You can put 3 or 4 collections together, and you're just outscoring something that's not contesting that. So, that's more my vision for the board. Although this is kind of my secondary vision, maybe without as much hireling and definitely without a mine. Is this kind of initial silver flood, and then say I'm going to be consistent enough provincing that an opponent who hasn't been matching me isn't gonna catch up. I mean, it's what's happened, right? Like, TrinaCat's deck is probably at this point, you know, working where it can be buying these provinces, but it just didn't get there quite fast enough. And so, you know, when you're both single provincing, you got to be doing it first. And 6th-dragon ended up doing it first. A little bit more direct to it, right? I almost gain a Snake Witch here, or gold. I don't think it'll make a difference, just speculating. Given that you were looking at 3 hirelings in hand. Yeah. I fully expect this game to last 2 more turns. I'll be stunned if 6th-dragon misses, although the pause here makes me think that 6th-dragon is missing. Surprise. Even so, it's going to take too many turns over on that side, I think. 6th-dragon surely gets 2 provinces this shuffle. There's one, and I don't know if the next is going to come next turn or the turn after, but what do we need to have over here? We need to have, like, two duchies, maybe a misery. Well, Envy's going to give another turn, but there's still a lot of points to make up. Right. You have to be giving either some destructive hex or you need to be seeing your collection and buying province. So I think right now maybe you're going after the collection. That didn't happen. Are you buying more collection? Probably. Like that's your best scoring opportunity, surely. States are probably not gonna cut it, or you get more vampire if you think that a destructive hex is going to be your best bet at things. Hit a province with locust, that could be pretty substantial. Given what we saw, I don't think 6th-dragon's hitting province this turn. I think it might take 1 or 2 turns. Nope, surprise. I got it wrong. Yeah, we're up to 4-1. Again, I think this was kind of the maybe second best deck that ended up winning. I think the best was to get really thin, get those collections in. All right. A new board. You have some non-terminal draw here in Hunting Party. Strong Gainer and Specialist. Start is surely playing with Ninja. You can knock their stuff down. You do want to do quite a bit of trashing, just because your main payload is probably still looking at Grand Market, especially specialisting them. So you do want to clear out the coppers. Probably opening Ninja Ratcatcher. I could also see a Secluded Shrine, like you're probably fine buying the silvers just because that's what you need to target Grand Market. Yeah, okay. I've convinced myself that you want to be opening Shrine over Ratcatcher. Although it's a little bit tough to work with the ninja attacks. Like hopefully this is a Ratcatcher. Like you do not want to be activating the Shrine and not trashing anything, right? I almost wonder if this should be Hunting Party. I mean, I think it should be Hunting Party. I think you should be delaying the trashing a turn. Put the draw in. Get a better trash in here. Then the idea. Potentially, like you play the ninja, you'll be drawing a copper. You could have trashed those 2 estates. All right, let's get some draw in. Let's see our hunting parties. Yeah. Galleria is kind of pushing maybe a little bit too hard towards the grand markets. Like it gives you 3 coins in a way that isn't coming from copper, but at the same time you're not actually producing that much value with it, right? Like you're not getting this effect, which is the plus buy. I mean, you would have drawn either dead, so it's not like it, made a huge impact one way or the other, but. And then gold's just, I mean, you already have what you need in deck to be getting to Grand Market, so let's just add more hunting parties, see those things more often, and see the Grand Markets more often. You're gonna be buying a Grand Market here, I'm sure. Which is good. I mean, Grand Market's definitely a positive here. It's just that you still want to be playing that Grand Market, going through the rest of the game, and the best way to be playing the Grand Market is the hunting parties. Could have kept the other estate and done a Coin of the Realm for 2 estate trashes. I mean, I would have been ambitious enough to do that, certainly. This will be another interesting point. Like, are we going after the Grand Market? I mean, that's plausibly why we got the Galleria. Okay, yeah. Yeah, I think TrinaCat's probably doing a bit better this game. It looks like we still have three estates over on that side and no Grand Markets, which is not really where you want to be. I wish there were a few more hunting parties, I mean, on both sides, certainly, just to deal with the ninja attack. Also get the ninja attack in a little bit more frequently. Every turn you shuffle, you're able to get that ninja attack in. So let's step that up a little bit. So like here, maybe look at something like Specialist Hunting Party. I'd even just like Double Hunting Party right now. There's no need to be gaining more things that you still aren't drawing, right? Yeah, this is a good looking turn. I mean, see, you got a hunting party, and it turns into a good looking turn. It's actually stunning that there's still 3 estates on that side after opening Shrine. I don't know how that happens. That seems like it's probably more a bad luck than a bad anything else. I mean, clearly, like it's still the same thing. Like you add the hunting parties, you're able to have the estates in hand to trash, and that's how you get it done. I'm not even saying in this game, just in general. It's like you get it done by drawing more. You get to see more cards, right? And you get to do stuff with the cards that you see. Whether that's, trash out your estates, whatever. It's pretty good. This is a double province, which I think you should probably be taking. Yeah. I don't think 6th-dragon has anywhere near enough potential to be like province triple dutching on you. That's so not happening, right? So yeah, I'm gonna call this one for TrinaCat. There was the hunting parties. I think that was a. I mean, I want to say that was the difference. I think the bigger difference was just getting to Grand Market first. But the hunting parties did help out. And being first player on a ninja board's always a nice thing to have. So there we go. It was a 4 wins for 6th-dragon in their first league match ever, so to speak. And hopefully there are some things to take away from that. You all are watching at the end, and in any case, I will see you all.